Hi, I'm Royce.
I'm Chris.
And this is Teenz Talkin TCGS. This is the pre-show to Teenz Talkin TCGS on M&N. Basically, we're the show before a show that is a spin-off of a podcast that is a parody of another podcast that is about another show in M&N called The Chris Gethard Show. Simple stuff, really.
Completely unnecessary.
Utterly and completely insane. I don't know why we're doing this.
It's gonna be terrible.
Probably shouldn't exist.
Yep.
Let's have some fun.
Maybe.
Hi everyone, welcome to Teenz Talkin TCGS, the podcast that is now premiering on Manhattan Neighborhood Network. I'm Naomi. On Skype we have Paige, Chris, and Royce. And in studio with me we have Danny, and we have the one and only Chris Gethard, the founder of the Chris Gethard Show, which this podcast was based off of. So we're just hanging out in studio talking about being a teen, which I know is hard for you to relate to, Gethard.
Yeah, I'm 34 years old. I just turned 34. Just so you know, the red camera is always the one that's shooting.
I picked up on that.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I'm colorblind, so I'm not going to be able to tell.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Scoop. You got a scoop. You heard it here first.
And speaking of coloring, we have a coloring for grown-ups, which is full of fun activities for you guys to color, so if you would feel like it. There's some crayons, and they say like pregnancy test blue, moral ambiguity gray. So if you guys are interested in coloring, maybe not you, Danny,
Yeah.
But otherwise,
I also have to
right
go
ahead.
in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. So that's what that's what this show is all about.
Are we not providing any context as to what this is at all? We're just
No.
going to go right into just shooting the shit for an hour?
Just watch the Chris Gethard Show and then watch this, and it will all make sense.
It won't. That's the problem.
That's not true.
Yeah, jokes.
Well,
Good.
it might be better if we didn't talk about how it doesn't work.
This doesn't work?
Yeah, we
I
can
mean-
talk about how it is working, but it's not. This is a bit that has gotten way out of hand. I would
Basically,
say
yes.
we were a joke that got a theme song, and then we decided to go with the joke, and now we're here. So Chris, what we normally ask people when they come on the show is, did you have something that was your TCGS when you were a teen?
Oh, when I was a teen?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably punk rock music. Not that I made any, but I participated in going to shows, and I made a fanzine. That was probably a big one for me.
I know nothing about punk rock music. I feel lost every time people talk about it
It's
on
good.
the
It's
show.
good stuff. You should check it out.
I'll try. Royce, do you have any? I feel like Royce and Chris know much more about it.
Yeah, Royce knows a lot about Don Giovanni.
Don Giovanni? I fucking love Don Giovanni, actually. I feel like we're like West Coast versus East Coast. I feel like there's a kind of a bigger divide than I thought there was initially. Because like when I talk to people around here in the Bay Area, like I feel like not that many people know who the Ergs are. Just weird things like that. Where because I've watched TCGS and like I've like started looking into the stuff that, like Don Giovanni has like released. Like I listen to things that people around here aren't that into. Is there like weird stuff? Like, do you know who like Ceremony is, Chris, or anybody?
I feel like that's a band Random Orlando would know about.
Yeah, I mean, they're really big here. They're local from Roanoke Park, hardcore band. They're huge here. Like bands like Punch, I'm sure you don't know about. Those are all SF bands.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Talk about bands we don't know. That's what
Yeah.
this
Really screamy.
is all. Screamy? Is that-
Screamy.
Oh, that sounds great.
You'll
we should
love
have him
it.
as a musical guest.
That'd be great. Fly him over to New York.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because this is what everybody comes for, is the Teenz Talkin TCGS M&N show. Who cares about the act? We barely talk about the Chris Gethard Show, but we'll talk about getting bands on a podcast that nobody knows about. We almost had Field Mouse on.
You guys have had more consistent good guests than TCGS. You had Colt Cabana and the College Humor guys, who are
I mean, they were on your.
they were on our show but spread out. You guys have much less episodes and have packed in more guests.
Yeah.
We have found that if you ask someone to be on a podcast, they rarely say no.
Gethard, you were the only one that said
Yeah,
no.
you get there.
And not even, like, no.
And then lied about it.
Yeah,
So-
then lied about it
I
on
didn't
your
lie
own
about
show.
it. I told the
Well,
truth.
you did.
Then
I
it
told
was
the
not
truth.
you lied.
Paige, there was a time when you were my sidekick, and I trusted you more than anyone, and it's behavior like this that makes me say that those days are done.
Well,
Sidekick's a little bit of a demeaning
We
term.
were a
when you
team.
say so.
Me and Paige were a team, and we were
But
on the
that's not, I mean, you can be a team, but you can be, like, equal.
But
Yeah.
Paige was a small
Well,
girl, and I was a grown-up, so of course she
yeah,
was the sidekick.
we were never equal.
Oh wait, that's a little bit.
I agree, we were never equal.
We were not equal.
I agree, me and Paige were never equal. She
I
was
was
a protege,
Unpaid intern.
apprentice, but I like to think that you learned a lot as well.
I did.
What was the lowest moment for you interning for the Gethard show? You were the best intern we ever had. No offense to other interns.
Thank you. Probably before leaked emails was like a ridiculous scramble. You would just like text me really soon before and you were like, I need these 5 more emails printed out. So I
Hell yeah.
hand wrote a bunch of them.
And that was worse than having to sew together a dick skirt for 4 adult men to look at each other's penises inside.
Yeah, the dick skirt to this day brings me a great sense of pride.
As it
Handwriting a
should.
bunch of emails did not, so.
As it should. And you were behind probably one of our greatest ever live shows, which was the Hillstock Festival.
That was fantastic, yeah.
It was
Where's
dumb.
Hillstock?
Hillstock Festival is a festival in Brooklyn, and we were asked to do it, so we came up with an idea, which was we were going to have the Grant Hillstock Festival dedicated to NBA small forward Grant Hill. And Paige built 2 giant human basketball rigs,
Oh my god.
and we played human basketball with the whole crowd.
That's
and Zach,
insane.
Zach from
Wow.
the So-So Glows was in the crowd, and I was real embarrassed.
So who were the human basketball hoops?
I forget who did it. It was Malone.
And hot dog.
Malone and Hot Dog were the hoops.
Sounds about
We
right.
got to chase them around a weird gravel yard and throw beach balls at them.
Yeah,
You didn't
that festival was largely based in people's backyards.
It was. And then if you scored a basket, you got to get on the mic and say your favorite thing about NBA small forward Grant Hill. was the
What is
whole
your
show.
favorite thing about NBA something?
Persevered. Grant Hill persevered. He was supposed to be the next Jordan, but he had some injuries, and a lot of people, I think, would fade away and quit in his situation. A lot of people have faded away and quit in that situation, but he came back, redefined his role, had a really long career and a productive career on a lot of great teams, and remained the leader that he always was in the face of adversity.
So we all learned something today.
Yeah, Grant Hill.
Sports
Beautiful.
and I think that. Oh, go ahead, Royce.
I'm just kind of imagining what someone who might stumble upon this watching Eminem would think at these random ass
They
things
would
that
think
people are bringing
nothing
up.
different than the majority of the time, I
Are
think.
we on Eminem
including
right
my
now?
show.
No, we are not live.
No.
This
Including
is
my
this
show.
is pre-taped, and so if anyone couldn't guess, this is not live. This is at less seat of the pants than the Gethard show, but a lot more disorganized, which is surprising.
Well, we have like a 30-person crew.
That's true. We got like
Chris, you don't say much, huh?
No.
Chris
Sometimes. I was
made
wondering
some
if we
great
could tell
bad boy
Jacob's
jokes.
fan that it is live just to put the pressure on.
That would be good. I wish this was live. We
That'd
could
be
take
great.
phone calls.
And then
Yeah.
everybody could watch. But this will go up somewhere. We invited a bunch of people to show up, and then nobody did because there's the We Are Not a Cult UCB show later
Oh,
tonight
yeah, that
that
makes
everybody
sense.
decided to go to, rightfully so.
Oh yeah, no. This
It's gonna
is
be a million
dumb.
times
Certainly.
funnier than this.
I couldn't go to that because I got to get up early. My mom's throwing me and Hallie an engagement party in the morning.
Aww.
Nice. Oh.
So I'm
That's
doing
sweet.
this on a Friday night, and then Saturday I move towards adulthood.
Ugh.
How do you guys feel about adulthood? Do you consider yourself adults yet?
No.
Paige, no.
No.
When my mom yells at
Royce,
me, yeah.
no. Okay, Naomi, borderline.
I'll
Chris,
give that
no.
argument
Chris was like
sometimes.
maybe.
You think you're more of an adult than me?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Who's
I
older
would
again?
agree. Based on
I
the times I've hung out with you, yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Chris has his shit together a little bit
Yeah,
more than
Chris
Royce.
is like,
Because
90
I almost killed you. Is that why?
You did almost kill me. You drove.
oh
you
yeah,
drove the wrong
I
way
heard
down
you're a
there.
maniac.
Not a great driver, Royce.
At least Chris doesn't even drive though.
I know how to drive. I
He
have
knows
driver's
his
license.
limitations. It sounds like he knows his limitations.
I have those moments where I don't have my license.
Stay
I
on
feel
the
like I'm
right
not
side
an
of the
adult.
road.
Stay on the right side of the road. That's a basic, Royce.
Oh yeah.
I doubt he can not.
So
I doubt
so
he
what
can-
exactly happened? Like
Here's what happened. I got in a car with Royce, and then I was almost dead. That's what happened. He drove the wrong way down a one-way street.
I
And we
can't
were
argue
all
with that.
like,
That is exactly what happened.
we were all like, buddy, or no, where did you think it was a one-way and you were on the left side?
Yeah.
Either way, it was like impending headlights, and we were all like, Royce, 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 and he was just like talking about. I think he was telling me about some music venue that gives away apples or something.
Oh yeah.
What?
Talking about the Warfield.
He was really into it, and I was like, well, apples are a good fruit, man, but I'd rather be alive.
And you guys went to that photo booth too, right?
We did. That was a real weird moment for me. I don't know how did you guys feel about it. I felt uncomfortable the whole time.
No, yeah, it was pretty weird. That place makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Like
was it the
Japan
place
time.
or was it
The
them
place.
or was
No,
it the
the
place?
Hanging out with these dudes was fun. We like just sat around in a weird mall most of the time. It was fun.
That place makes me self-conscious about how Asian I am.
I will tell you this. I just realized as we talked about that between all the teens, and Danny, you are not a teen.
Not a
You're
teen
filling
anymore.
Yeah.
But I have had, there are 4 teens involved in this panel spread through over 3,000 different miles in 3 different states in America. And I have had awkward personal experiences with all 4 teenagers.
Plus Andres, who couldn't. We have another teen, Andres, who couldn't make it tonight
That's
because
for the best.
he is in a school play,
That's
which
for the
is
best.
a very teen thing to miss this for. But yeah.
You
We got
think you're
Jacob here, though.
Do you think
Yeah, we
you're
got,
like
some other
FBI
people here.
list
In the
because
back.
of that
And
information?
we're going to have them on later when you have to go. Do you have to go?
I gotta go soon, but I'll tell you I'm having a really good time, so I'm gonna hang out a couple extra minutes if that's cool.
That's awesome. You're
Like
going
hanging
to
out.
kind of blow off your roommate a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, I texted her. She said I can take my time.
Well, that's real nice.
Yeah.
I remember I ran into Hallie at UCB, and she has no clue who I am, but I immediately knew who she was. And then you asked me, you're like, have you seen Hallie? I was like, yeah, I did. But I didn't want to.
That's cool.
She had no idea.
I
So
don't
if she
know.
watches this, maybe she'll.
I don't know
I
how I
had a
pulled that
really
off.
awkward interaction with Diana Kolsky at a Sketchfest in SF.
Oh yeah.
What was that?
What happened when you and Diana?
I walked past her. I was like, "Hey Diana," I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And then she goes, "Where do I know you?" And I was like, "TCGS." And then she was like, "Oh, okay," and awkwardly walked away. And we,
Did you see that photo Murph posted today?
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best thing I've ever seen.
it was brilliant.
He's performing my wedding. He's going to be the minister.
Oh, that's,
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
like a trade-off because
That's
you did
amazing.
theirs, right?
I did his, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Everyone seems to be like, what is it, ordained minister? Is that the term? I don't know what the
First
term to
Nation
say. Like you can
Ministries,
do
man.
it.
First Nation Ministries in the house. Before I go, do you guys have any questions for me about what it's like to be 34? Good question, right?
Does it like?
That is a good question.
I feel like everyone talks about when you get older, like everything starts to hurt a little bit more.
Truth.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Great.
I'm not looking
And I
forward
also
to
have
it.
like a joint disease, so
Right.
it's bad. My hands don't work anymore, really. I've just noticed that. I haven't told anyone that, including Hallie. I'm only telling you guys, my teen confidants, that. I've started to-
In what ways don't they work? Like, are they like you can't? Is
Well,
it?
I have a stand-up story where I demonstrate a couple things, and I've noticed that I can't close my left hand all the way anymore,
No.
and that's been getting progressively worse. This story, I close my hand, and over time I've been able. You can see I can't
That's
close
okay.
my. That's how.
You
That's
can't make a fist?
that's
Oh,
how.
there you go.
Yeah, but.
Oof. Oh no.
Yeah,
I think
my right-
everyone's got
my
some
right-
fucked up
My right hand
body.
works easier. My left hand gets locked up.
That's a scoop.
Yeah, my body doesn't work.
I
And
think
also,
everyone-
yeah, and bathroom stuff takes way longer than it did when I was your guys' age. Way longer.
Oh,
Is
shit.
that your hands or is that?
No, that's a different issue. Different
Okay.
issue. Digestion is a real thing, and I'm gonna encourage you guys. I know I sound like an old man right now. I'm gonna encourage you guys. Be sensible with your diets, because I fell into some bad habits, and I spend about a third of my day sleeping, a third of the day on the toilet, and then I just have to scramble to get everything else done.
Now, would you say a third of the toilet time is like I know a lot of my toilet time is like because I'm playing Candy Crush or something?
Yeah, I play Scramble, which is a word game, but I tell you, a lot of it with me is I just don't want to strain, because I think what a lot of people don't talk about in this country is that people very often have heart attacks from straining while using the bathroom.
That just happened on a Sopranos
Really?
episode I watched.
Yeah.
Oh, spoilers.
It was a minor character. Who cares?
Also, that show was out in
Yes.
1998.
Yeah, I've never seen an episode of that
You'd
show.
like it. It's a really good show.
Yeah, it's really great.
Now, do you know that Christopher Moltisanti lives in West Orange, the town I'm from?
Oh,
in
I
the
did
show?
not know that.
And they reference the Turtleback Zoo.
You know, it's funny. There have been a ton of Will Arnett was on it. Tony Hale is on it. The woman who played Carla on Scrubs were minor characters, and I immediately noticed them. It's kind of silly how many sort of comedian actors
New York
were on
actors,
that
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
So, is that anybody else have any questions for Chris?
Yes.
I feel like.
Gethard, can you still dunk a basketball?
Can I? Way to keep a straight face. Way to keep a straight face. I never could dunk, but I can still hit a 3 every now and then.
Nice.
I'm on a team with JD, and Phil used to be on it. Shannon used to be on it.
Yep.
Oh, we know.
The infamous
This is
basketball
part of
episode.
The
Dollhouse
best
Marathon,
episode
yeah.
of TCGS ever.
We recently had a game that was the greatest achievement of all of our athletic careers, and I hit a 3-pointer to tie the game.
Wow.
With 10 seconds left, and then my friend Jeremy hit a shot to win it.
Why are you called the Del Harris Marathon?
Well, Del Harris was the former coach of the Los Angeles Lakers,
And
and then
Del
the
Close
UCB has
Marathon.
the Del Close Marathon. So we merged the basketball and comedy worlds.
That's great. That was my first call. Was that episode?
Really?
Yeah, I went back and found it, and all I did was told Shannon that she was I told her she was a fucking badass, and then that was my call.
That's a good call.
Yeah. And
That's better. That call last week. You want to talk about the worst call of all time? The guy pretended he was in Cambodia.
Oh, yeah.
That beats Phil.
that beats Phil Romano and his magic
that
trick.
was the worst call of all time.
Ah, that was a great. Were you the one that put together that video of
did,
how many times
yeah.
Gethard gets
Oh,
frustrated?
God.
4.
It was so bad. It was so bad. I mean, but Phil's a good dude.
He is a good dude. I bet he'll watch this, and we just want to say thanks to Phil because
Oh,
Phil
yeah.
did
Thank you, Phil.
Phil does the art that
Phil's a great guy.
our logo, and he did that for us. And that was real nice of him.
He has a long ass tongue too. Just putting
Yeah.
that out there.
It's good.
I like
Guinness book
long-ass
certified.
tongue.
Ladies,
Oh.
Guinness certified. Royce, come on. Your brother just looked down. He couldn't even look at you when he said that. He couldn't
Royce
even
just
look in your
proved
direction.
That's my reaction to most of his jokes.
Yeah. You can't see that on the audio version, but Royce makes terrible jokes, and everybody's face ends up in their hands, and we can't. We were gonna boot him at some point, but I don't know.
We're coming back to San Fran in August.
and we might not be there.
I definitely won't be there.
Wait, when in August?
August 8th to 10th.
Yeah, I'll be in New York.
No, I probably won't be there.
Come on, man.
Switching the coasts.
I'll probably be in New York too.
Really? You're going to hang out in New York a little bit?
I might take a summer class at NYU since I have nothing to do until January.
Oh, that's cool, man. So you guys will come hang out at the show.
Maybe we'll do an episode where you're not on Skype.
Maybe.
Paige, you got to get down here too now.
An episode of this.
An episode of this.
Yeah.
I'm
Another.
looking forward to that.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Hi everyone, so welcome back to Teenz Talkin TCGS. Unfortunately, as Chris said, he had to go. So now we're gonna cut to the man who did our theme song, Jacob, and he's gonna play it for us right now.
Hey, this is kind of weird. All right, let's go. That's right, it's a show about another show. Teens talking, teens talking, teens talking, teens talking, teens talking, teens talking, teens talking TCGS. All right, we got it.
Great job.
Yeah, thanks.
So now we're back. We have James here as well with us. This is Jacob. Danny is with us in studio,
I'm still here.
and yeah, we didn't leave. And Royce, Chris, Paige, and Justin is joining us as soon as he gets his video up. That's his job. So we'll see
But
how that
audio is
goes.
He's currently joining us as a disembodied voice.
Yes,
The ghost of Justin is on.
the ghost of Justin is in studio with us.
So, I guess is it time to introduce the new game that we're gonna play?
Yeah, go ahead, Royce. You do that.
It's called Roll a Die. I have a 20-sided die right here. Let me just put that on camera, and I will roll it, and everyone needs to guess what I'm gonna roll, and fun will ensue.
Well, what happens if we get it right?
Yeah, what happens if we get it right?
You get a good job from me.
No. Something else has to happen.
Send us some
I understand
candy.
How about, like, you ask a question or you answer something?
If they get it right, we'll ask you like a truth or dare.
No
That's a very
pressure,
teen
though.
No
thing
pressure.
to do.
Okay, damn, whatever. Let's
So
do
we
it.
got some. We have some. We tweeted this out so that people would respond to us with some
So-
numbers. So,
We'll
But we're gonna
Well-
answer those anyway.
yeah. Well,
We're not-
well, we also tweeted out we're rolling a d20. So if you guess a number, we'll give you a shout out. So let's see how this goes. Just go ahead and roll it, Royce.
Wait, a D20 is
Okay,
a
let's
20-sided
do it.
dice.
Drum roll, please.
It's fine.
I know this is bad. There might be a drum set. I know there isn't. Okay, so everyone guess. What did I roll?
7.
8.
19.
13.
17.
11.
You guys are wrong. I rolled a 15.
Oh, and nobody
No one
guessed it on
guessed that?
Twitter.
Let's
Okay,
see,
so are
let's
we
see.
just gonna do it until we get it right?
Wait, was that your guys' dad that just walked by?
Your brother's gonna be on public access.
Does he want to be part of it?
Magic.
I'd like to give 2 shout outs to Jerry Legend and Jim Jam Johnston, who both guessed 69 on Twitter.
It's fun because Jim Jam Johnson is James, who is in studio with us. Literally guessing 69 as the answer on a 20-sided die.
I'm glad that 2 people guessed that.
20-sided!
That's
All
why it's called the
sides could just say
D20.
69.
Let's do it.
All right,
Should
let's
we
roll this
try-
one more time, and then we're gonna take some Twitter questions.
Should we play it with another sided die? Let's do it with a D12. Guess the
Why
number.
do you say D12 instead of 12-sided dice?
The 12-sided die?
12-sided
Because
dice.
D12 is the technical term, bro. It's a
All right,
technical term.
technically-
Wasn't that the name
you're-
of Eminem's rap
Is this
group?
because you're saying D12 over? Yeah,
That's the
does
joke on it.
Yeah, D12 is Eminem's rap group. Okay, let's
Slim
play.
Shady.
Roll that
Sixth
die. Okay, everyone guess. What did I roll?
4.
4.
20. 69.
12-sided die.
4.
We vote back to the 20.
4.
No, I rolled a 9.
You know who guessed 9 was Lex Noling on Twitter. So congrats to you, Lex.
Congrats.
You've done
Yeah,
nothing
Lex.
very impressive.
Lex, if you message us your address, we can mail you. We have this blow up rainbow unicorn.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll probably never send you this, but it's the thought that counts.
I am
I
making
can send
paper
it.
hats.
Oh yeah, we have paper hats as well. So now
all
we're
of
gonna,
them are going to be marked with some title that I feel represents you best.
okay, that's great. So do whatever you feel for Lex.
That was the most
And
compelling
now we're gonna
comment
take some
of
Twitter questions. So the first we have is from, where is it? Just kidding. Twitter question. Okay, from Steve at random tweet name. That's his handle. It says, favorite frozen yogurt flavor and least favorite topping. And Danny, you were mentioning you're very passionate about this.
Yeah, very serious opinion. Tart is the best flavor.
Isn't that just the yogurt?
Yeah, but like it's basically plain.
Are you a psychopath? That seems like something a psychopath would say.
No,
like,
actually
the
now I
least-
can't. Is it tart or plain? It's one of the two.
I think it's tart, but
Like, what's,
Yeah.
It's like rice
what's your
cakes
favorite,
your favorite food?
yogurt
Like,
No, I don't
yeah.
like rice cakes.
What
The
toppings do
one
you
without flavor.
You're
What was
such an
that?
adult.
Tart
what
rice, that's a
toppings do you
flavor.
use? Wheat germ?
He just pours water on it.
Yeah, I just gotta water it down too.
oh
You
god.
got watered down that yogurt.
No, I'm serious though. Tart is the best flavor at
Too hard for my teeth.
almost any place.
Where do you guys get frozen yogurt?
There's a place by me where I go to school, which I won't mention, but there's just like one random frozen yogurt place that I go to. Nothing special.
I don't usually get frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
We have this really weird place in my town. I think is a chain called 16 Handles. And
Yeah.
like a few, and
My
a few-
dad is obsessed with that place.
No, that's a chain.
Yeah, no, yeah, and
yeah.
there's a
That's
store a
also
few blocks
better
down
for
called
breakfast.
15 Flavors. That's another frozen yogurt place.
What's the flavor
like-
that they don't have?
I don't know. I've never been to either.
Yeah, there's a
16 handles is
one
one of them.
difference.
I only learned
like-
that 16 Candles was a movie after I learned about the frozen yogurt place.
You didn't
I was
even
gonna
get
say,
I
it's
did
like
not
they were
know that there
trying
was
to
a
rip
movie
off
called
16
16
candles,
Candles.
but they didn't get that it was a movie reference. So they just called it 15 flavors.
yeah.
It's horrible.
Not like
It's
another like.
I want to open a
Pretty
store
and
with
Pink
one
Berry
less
would have
flavor.
been-
That would have been amazing.
That was
So-
a good
That
pun.
was really good.
Doesn't that kind of limit like their supply of frozen yogurt though? Like they can't add new flavors. They
I
gotta
think,
Yeah.
they,
Like
they,
Ben
I think they
and
rotate.
rotate. Okay.
They like keep like chocolate,
I do
vanilla,
that.
other ones, and then they bring ones in and
Yeah.
out.
I work in an ice cream store. If anyone wants to visit me.
Isn't that kind of like you're just saying we have different flavors?
Yeah.
Like 16 is not that crazy of a number. It's like we have some different flavors.
Different,
That's true.
but if they named the place
It's
different
double.
flavors, that wouldn't be very.
Instead
We
of
have a few
different
different kinds.
different scoops
A few
instead of
different
different
kinds.
strokes. They just make it a bunch of puns. And what about least favorite topping? I feel like,
Okay, well, there's a lot of toppings that I don't like.
yeah. I would say, you know what?
Cheese.
But something that's a legitimate topping.
I don't know. I would say like I've been to places where there's like gummy worms. I wouldn't put that on frozen yogurt.
No, I go all
Toppings
out.
are just an excuse to eat candy while
Yeah.
you eat a dessert. So
No.
yeah, hell yeah, gummy worms.
I'll get like coconut or whatever, and I'll just pour like everything on it.
Coconuts, I think, is a great topping.
My topping to frozen yogurt ratio.
Coconut's a good one because like that's something that you have to like chew coconut a lot.
My frozen yogurt
It gets in your
to
teeth.
it's a lot more topping than it is actual
More
frozen
topping
yogurt.
than yogurt. I don't know.
think
I'm always a
spring
big
cheesecake
fan
is
of hot caramel on any sort of ice cream or anything.
That's not your least favorite.
I disagree with that though because the temperatures just don't work.
You gotta eat it
Like
fast.
the-
Well,
It's a paradox.
hot
It's dynamic.
Wait, so Paige and Danny do not like hot caramel? I'm guessing.
Paige, you don't like hot caramel?
No, it's fine. But you were asked to say your least favorite topping, and
Oh.
you just said one that you like.
I'm honestly gonna
Calling
be.
you out on that.
Thank you for correcting me, Paige. I really do appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I would say that my least favorite topping is gummy worms. I feel like gummy
Well-
worms don't have a place on because they're too big. I feel like coconut and like tiny little chocolates. They're all small, and the whole
You
purpose
can
is that
cut
like
them up though.
why would you want to? I feel like they're not even gummy worms. They're just chunks of gummy that used to be in worm form.
Well, it's gummy,
Yeah, but they taste good.
half worms.
Gummy bits of worms. Do you know that they were? Well, I watched like a whole. Do you remember that movie How to Eat Fried Worms?
Yes. Oh my god, that was a book too.
It was
I
a
read.
book.
Yeah, it's a book, and then they made a movie, and I remember watching this behind the scenes of like how they made the worms, and they're all just like fake like gummy worms.
Yeah. At the end of the movie, I forget if it was at the beginning or the end because it's important which, but they said no worms were harmed in the making of this film. They had the big green one that they ate.
Oh, that was nasty.
Good
I love
movie.
that book. Good book, good movie. Everybody check it out. It's got the guy who plays JD's brother on Scrubs. We could talk about Scrubs the whole rest of the show if we wanted
And
to.
I would not have anything to
Wait,
contribute.
we should start. If we do more of these, we should plug a book every time.
We'll do we usually plug at the end, and we usually like I'm reading a book.
Have
I'll
you
plug
guys
that
read
later.
Infinite Jest?
What's that?
Infinite Jest?
Oh, I have to read
The
that.
1,000-page magnum opus by David Foster Wallace.
You know, I've heard that the guy who wrote. Wait, is that the guy who writes a lot like Vonnegut? Because I'm getting into Vonnegut lately.
He doesn't really write that much like Vonnegut. I did think there was actually lead to a conversation. It was really good though. I really like Vonnegut. What have you read by him?
I've read Cat's Cradle, Breakfast of Champions, Slaughterhouse-Five.
Cat's Cradle's good. I read
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
One other one.
Good
I'm
This is the
reading.
best school report project I ever did. Cat's Cradle.
Yeah, it's the one I started with.
We should have a book club, guys.
Right now,
That'll be a spin-off.
I'm reading a Isaac Asimov Foundation series, which I later realized that
Oh,
that's
yeah.
where the Ergs got their name from. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
do you think?
In the first book, well, they have on the Upstairs Downstairs album, they have the song "The Second Foundation," which is all about the series. And anyway, I read in the first book, just offhand, they mentioned this group of people from like another planet called the Ergs, and I was like, oh shit,
Wow.
that's
That's
probably where they
definitely
got it from.
Oh.
This is
I
one of
love
those
weird
people,
pop
Mikey.
culture references.
It is?
I just learned
There's one guy on the planet.
that Weezer has like an obscure reference to like ECW wrestling in the song El Scorcho.
It was ECW.
I'm pretty sure New Jack. What's that? What's
Extreme
the, you know
Championship Wrestling.
Extreme Championship Wrestling. What's the line about
El
Leg drop.
Scorcho.
Yeah, that's the line.
Oh, Wrestling with Jimmy? No, wait, no, that's another song. Shit.
no
Oh, that's a totally different one.
It's
pulling up the video
through
right
a
now?
press table.
Oh yeah,
What's that
Chocho
one?
San. Falling in love all over again.
Fall in love.
I can play that whole song. Is that what they want the second song to be?
We'll just reprise the Teenz Talkin.
What's with your computer?
Do you have any more questions?
I do have a bunch of questions. Oh, Griffin Newman wants to call in, guys.
Can we do
I
that?
don't think we have that.
I don't know if we can
Is
do
your phone on
that.
speakerphone?
Put him on speaker, yeah.
On my phone?
We could put him on speakerphone on our end.
I'll let him know about that.
Can he call the Skype number?
I don't know.
I
He
think
says he's with.
Last
He's.
Monday.
I think he's like out. Here's the question: who are your favorite celebrity teens?
All of my favorite celebrity teens are like in their 20s now.
That's true. I really dug Frankie Muniz.
Favorite as in like that I
But-
respect and that I
Shia
think is
LaBeouf until
funny
he
or
was weird.
Maybe, but, know, one
And
or
like,
the
do they
other.
have to be a teenager
Who's a
now, or
teen?
have they been a teenager in the past? Because that's
No, I
everyone.
can't think of any celebrity
That's
teens.
true. I feel like there's certain celebrities that like were never teens
Well, not everyone's
as
a
a
celebrity.
celebrity.
I have a huge crush on young Jodie Foster.
Right?
Young Jodie Foster.
There's that picture of
know
her
what young Jodie
skateboarding.
Foster
Taxi
looks
driver is hot.
That's like just Taxi Driver.
The 13-year-old in Taxi Driver?
Yeah,
that's
the
kinda
one who played the
weird.
child prostitute.
The 13-year-old
I'd kill Reagan for her.
Taxi Driver.
What the fuck's wrong
Whoa.
with you, Jacob?
Watch out, Reagan.
It's been done.
No, you know that happened, right?
Yeah.
Do we need to go start
Yeah.
talking about politics?
I'm not just
A
gonna.
guy back, what is it, Ron Hinckley Jr.? What was his name?
Oh, no.
John Hinckley Jr.
Yeah, John Hinckley Jr. I was imagining John Wayne Gacy going after him.
Oh no.
Moving on.
Both the teens talking serial
Yeah,
killers.
yeah. I think my favorite teen. Have you seen? He's not my favorite teen, but have you seen Jaden Smith's tweets
I
as
was-
I
Garfield
was about to
comics?
mention him.
Oh my God,
favorite thing
yeah,
I've
he's the
ever
best.
seen
I was just
online.
gonna say, like, as a teen that I think is funny, just to like observe, like
Right.
he is amazing.
Hysterical. If someone took his. Have you seen that where they took his?
I haven't.
They took his tweets.
amazing.
And they make perfect sense as Garfield comics, which is
They
crazy.
make no sense otherwise.
I think it's on BuzzFeed. It's the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in my whole life. It's
As long
amazing.
as we're promoting internet comedy, I saw somebody just go on Tinder and just send Jaden Smith tweets as like
I
pickup
think
lines.
yeah.
I've seen that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend was
They work.
was a sandwich on Tinder,
It's like thank you, Jaden, or something.
Thank you.
And they like changed the logo. Yeah.
and he like, my friend was a sandwich on Tinder, 129 matches,
I feel like Tinder is a very college thing. I don't know what
a
it is.
very college thing.
Am I the
and
only
it's like,
person on the show right now who isn't in college?
No, well, I'm
Justin.
still in college.
You mean
Justin.
college?
Justin.
I take classes at community college.
God.
Oh, fuck
So
yeah, Jacob.
fuck
you're
you,
the one.
Jacob. No.
All right, man.
If
I'm not,
Andres
like,
was here,
in
he would
college,
also
yeah.
be in high school, but we
Solidarity,
don't
Andre.
talk about.
Wait, so what year are you in high school?
I am entering 11th grade next year.
Grade.
Nice.
I turned 16 like 2 weeks ago.
Oh man.
We had
Yes.
11th grade was a drag
Your voice is so much deeper than mine.
for me.
Feel so old.
Yeah, it's a interesting time.
Oh my god. Like I feel like high school was so long ago for me, even though it was just a year ago. I went back to my old high school and it was like
Yeah.
odd to be there. Everybody's asking me about like oh, what are you doing? If I have someone ask me how's college one more time, I'll throw a fit.
It's a really good conversation
It
starter.
really is. Because if someone doesn't know what's going on in your life, like what are they gonna say? Like, how can I talk to her? Oh, she's probably in college. I can get the ball rolling from there.
Hasn't,
I don't think it's
You
that
still under that
unreasonable.
weird
hasn't
show?
everyone in your hometown listened to Teens Talking yet?
Oh, every single person I've ever met in my entire life listens to Teenz Talkin TCGS. Of course.
You guys listen to our podcast?
Wait, who the hell are those guys?
Yeah, Royce, not to be rude, who are your guests?
I don't know why, but they just showed up.
I'm John. I'm Andrew.
Hi, you're gonna be on public
Hi.
access.
I'm James.
Wait.
That's great. It's good. It's
What are
it's a party.
What are your favorite frozen yogurt flavors?
And yeah.
And least favorite.
Answer one at a time.
You for like how long? And I didn't know you were lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
Oh, you're lactose
Learned
intolerant?
something.
You got cream last
Party
I just tried this.
Oh man. Let's see. Let's go through some other questions we got.
What do you think about the timeline created by X-Men Days of Future Past?
Oh yeah, you asked that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie. Have any of you guys seen?
I
what
want to
is-
watch it, but I don't want
Oh,
to
yeah?
support
I heard
Bryan
it's good.
Singer.
Yeah, I'm politically not watching.
On one hand, I heard it's really good. On the other hand, the director rapes kids.
Yeah, I heard about
Who's
that.
who's the director?
Bryan
Bryan
Singer.
Singer.
It's got
Speaking
real-
of my fantasy football team this year, directed by Bryan Singer. Just that.
Is this guy just one of the random people?
No, that's correct.
That's
No.
Okay, hi, Chris.
He's just really
I've also
relaxed
never
right
listened
now.
to Teens Talking.
That was my favorite moment so far.
For anybody who's watching on MNN right now, I'm so sorry. I can't articulate how sorry I truly am that we have to appear on your
Okay.
television set.
No.
Now that there is a show on the same network as the Chris Gethard show, about the Chris Gethard show, does that mean that they're officially at like Walking Dead status? Like, what's the deal?
Oh.
Are we the Chris Hardwick?
We're the Chris Hardwicks of this.
I've never seen The Walking Dead, but I mean,
I've only watched The Talking Dead. I've never seen the regular show. It's too much for me.
Chris Hardwick to come in and host this.
I've
Yeah.
seen Talking Bad.
Oh yeah, Talking Bad.
More like
the spin-off of Breaking
bad.
Bad. More like just bad. I feel like this is a very Chris Hardwick
Oh, they did that for
situation.
Justified?
We're looking for our at midnight deal, sort of. We're gonna get our
We're
own
gonna
game
get
show.
picked up by Comedy Central.
Yeah, get our own game show. That would be great.
Speaking of Chris Hardwick, I've always wondered if Chris Hardwick is ever going to be like the subject of a Comic-Con panel, or if he'll like only moderate them for his whole life. He'll never like break through.
Yeah, I
Dude,
thought about that
he's
too.
He's the subject of the moderators panel at this year's Comic-Con. So.
What it's like interviewing other people.
Yeah. I mean, At Midnight is basically just like a promotional platform at this point.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Every time they're like, "Oh, we have a special guest," and they're like,
And it's like awesome to watch, but it's just like
Yeah.
there's no content to the show.
"Yeah." At some point, it's
Just like our show.
Yeah, that's true. We have nothing to offer
I
besides.
have some drawings here.
You're promoting me, right?
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. So let's talk about this. So I've given James a coloring book, and the coloring book is Coloring for Grown-Ups. One of my friends gave it to me. It's the adult activity book, and there are certain pages. I've talked about this before. So what did you draw? I just lost
There's
the
a
page.
picture of a man who is like slouching in a chair. It's
Okay.
very sad.
So there's a picture of a man that says, "Making a difference. Draw a room full of cool friends to help the lonely guy not feel so alone."
So that guy feels empty on the inside, and I drew an ice cream cone standing on its hands, and a scoop from like nowhere is like placing cream inside the cone, and the caption says, "The cream fills me, nothing can fill you, death will cream over you."
And what's that under the chair? I noticed. Was that just a?
That's pizza.
Oh, that's pizza. I don't know. So this guy looks like that hasn't helped very much.
No.
So I'm gonna ask you to keep going.
Okay.
And we're gonna let you keep doing that. And we have no more Twitter questions because nobody cares.
If you tweet, I will make.
Why don't you come up with one? They're not that hard to.
I think it is time for that.
Lexi, what was her name?
Oh, Paige? Oh, right. Oh, Lex Noling. Right.
The hat you're getting is Jonestown Survivor.
Jesus Christ, man.
Wait,
dark.
That's a hat that exists.
wait. How did you get in possession of such a hat?
He made it.
He made it.
It's
Oh,
made of
okay.
paper.
Hot Topic does not sell Jonestown Survivor hats yet.
Oh, no. So,
One,
so we're gonna let's talk about some teens things. You know what I want to talk about? I took a BuzzFeed quiz recently, which is a terrible way to start this, but I took a BuzzFeed quiz that was like the 2000s TV shows that you remember, and then I realized that like I wasn't a 90s kid, I'm like a 2000s
Yeah.
kid, and
You're a millennial.
I'm a 2000s kid
yeah,
too.
and so I was like remembering some of these shows, and I don't know if you guys remember like Lloyd in Space. Am I the only one that remembers that? Was that Disney Channel?
Vaguely remember that.
I remember playing
Royce
the game on
knows.
Disney Channel.com.
Do you?
Fillmore? Anybody remember Fillmore in the Hall Monitor?
Yes, Fillmore.
Yeah, well, a lot of these shows only ran for like 1 or 2 years.
I
I feel like
know.
we're on like different levels.
I was
Does
not
anyone
really-
remember from Nickelodeon? This is a CGI show. It lasted for a minute. But Ugly
What are the
Martians.
Martians?
Yo, do you want to
Justin
go out
in
sometime?
clutch.
Never
God,
played it.
that sounds familiar. What was it about?
A bunch of aliens who weren't Invader Zim showed up to Earth, screamed, and then got canceled.
Invader Zim, another terrifying show.
I don't like that show.
was so
That was
scary.
a hot
And that was
topic
one of the
show.
few ones I watched.
That was like I was real scared by that show. It was so dark.
You know,
You
one of
guys
the people
hang
who
out at
voiced
Hot
one of
Topic
the
like
big. I'm sorry, did I just cut someone off?
What were you saying, Royce?
Keep going.
I'm saying that you guys didn't hang out like at Hot Topic like I did and buy all the Invader Zim.
Oh no,
merch.
hell, dude, I did.
Those were all my friends in middle school when we were all emo.
There are kids in my school who still wear those.
I'm wearing Hot Topic right now.
See, episode of Invader
So-
Zim.
Jacob, what were you
One
gonna
of
say?
the people on Invader Zim, I don't know if they were in anything but the pilot. I didn't see every episode, but one of the voices of the like adult aliens
Oh, yeah.
was one of the people from Kids in the Hall, and I totally forget
Oh
which
yeah,
one.
he was God, I'm probably just gonna end up
The
making
one with
up
the
a
curly
name.
hair.
Kevin Michael Hall.
I don't know, man.
No, their names weren't Hall.
Yeah, Hall and Oates.
Wait,
from
were
Kids in the
all their
Hall.
last names and Kids in the Hall? Was that all their last name?
Yeah, they were.
That's why they call
It was about
themselves
this
Kids in the
family
Hall.
who like they only lived in a hall.
Yeah.
And was then trying to get out.
I'm
like an
also
Elise
thinking
thing,
of
huh?
like there
Is it
was
time to play Roll That Die?
Yeah.
Whoa.
4.
Guess the number, guys.
4.
RB Sayers is 12.
Holy shit. It was a 4.
I didn't get that.
You guys
Say.
win
That says
absolutely nothing.
Wait,
Right?
I thought
You win a
I
hat.
thought we came
Oh
up
yeah,
with.
you win a hat.
Oh great.
So we'll get you guys some hats. They're on the way. Do you guys? Okay.
It's 2 hats.
2 hats. Yeah, I'm sure. I have a question. Was SpongeBob as important to you guys as it was to me, and currently still is to me and my friends?
You know, I feel like
Yes.
It became more important.
Yeah, I
Paige
would say.
says yes.
I think so. Yeah, it's pretty important. There's something.
I
to
didn't realize how important it was at the time, but as I have aged, I remember every single fucking
Yeah, I
episode.
can quote that shit.
I
like-
think it's gotten. When I was a kid, it was more serious than it is now.
Yeah, like,
Well,
you,
yeah,
you
they-
didn't recognize stuff as jokes. You were just like, oh yeah, that's reality.
No, but like looking back, it's like it was very useful for like. It's like, oh, you want to watch SpongeBob? Yeah, we can do that. But like now, it's just like not as meaningful, but
Well,
like
they
it's
also went
funny.
through
It's
a-
so funny.
Also, we're not like 7.
But it also went through
Speak for
a
yourself.
I want to say a management. Well, like they fired all the writers after the movie, and they fired the creator.
You know what? It
and they
dropped
brought
off.
new people in. So it's like it's. I want to say it's like not as good nowadays.
SpongeBob movie came out a decade ago.
Yeah.
I also
Every
I feel
November.
like to a certain extent, like the way people reference Seinfeld in that
Yes.
generation, like people in our generation reference fucking SpongeBob.
Wumbo, man.
So often.
I was
Had this
thinking about
discussion
that.
before.
I think
Yeah.
that like I've heard a lot of people talk about. I've heard a lot of people talk about
think
like
this is
how
yours.
The Simpsons meant a lot to them. Like people who are a little bit maybe in their mid-20s nowadays, they can like really quote The Simpsons, really talk about all the trivia, and I felt like that's the same for us with SpongeBob. And I don't know if that's necessarily true for everybody out there, but like, and maybe we don't have the cultural impact. It doesn't have the cultural impact of The Simpsons, but I've noticed like SpongeBob really important to my friend group.
SpongeBob movie had the Flaming Lips and Ween in the soundtrack. That's pretty fucking cool.
David Hasselhoff
That's a
showed
good
up.
band.
It is a good band.
Queen. We're
My-
just listening to them.
My dad's band opened for them in the 90s.
Really?
They weren't allowed to share the green
Do
room.
you know the song "Push the Little Daisies"?
That's the
I probably
sense.
do.
It's the weirdest fucking song, but it's so good.
What's going on with you, Royce?
What? Remember that video of David Hasselhoff like really drunk trying to eat a hamburger?
Yes.
That was really sad.
That was a
It
sad
was
video.
sad.
Yeah. It's always sad to see like a celebrity crumble, but then I think it also like it's like it's kind of fun to watch as well,
It reminds us of our mortality.
Yeah.
That's what John said.
and how fame is ever fleeting. Like right now, this is our 15 minutes of fame.
The structure.
Yeah,
an
I
hour.
can get really pretentious here if I want to, but that Andy Warhol quote about 15 minutes of fame with like the internet and public access and all that shit, it's
Yeah, man.
Was it
Where's the
very,
public
very
access?
possible.
Yeah, Andy Warhol was definitely talking about public access television with that important
He
quote of
was
his.
directly referenced.
Can we
Also,
say the quote since
Yeah, what's the quote? Yeah, what is
say
the quote?
Yeah.
vaguely referenced it?
Yeah.
Everyone gets 15 minutes
Yeah.
of fame.
I don't think
Andy
that's
Warhol. That's it.
that's the quote.
That's not like
Alright.
a remarkable.
You can get
Someone-
15
you
minutes
guys
of
are on your
fame.
computer. Someone look it up. Come on,
God
guys.
dang it.
Oh well. Who knows what's going on?
This
guys.
is a TV show. We're putting this on TV.
Yeah.
It's-
You're the
I'm-
host.
Time to play.
I am the host.
Anybody in Manhattan can go on their TV and happen to watch us talking about a show they've never watched before. And we're not even actually talking about the show. We're talking about
Yeah,
shit.
we barely talk about. If,
What's up?
if anybody is tuning in right now, this is Teenz Talkin TCGS, and we're barely talking about the Chris Gethard show. So
Most of this Teenz
go
Talking.
and make sure you check that out, and then check out Talking TCGS, which is the podcast related to TCGS, and then check out Teenz Talkin TCGS, which is the podcast related to Talking TCGS and TCGS, and then check out this show. Come back to this.
And listen to my
Just
band.
turn this all off and watch True Detective because
Yeah.
What a
or you
great
could do
show.
that.
If you guys on Netflix, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Worth your time.
So what is that Scooby-Doo? What makes that so special?
It's terrifying.
Oh, sweet.
It's like
Storylines.
like the Scooby-Doo gang finds out that there was like another Scooby-Doo gang in the town 20 years ago, and that they like disappeared or something, and so it's them trying to find out what happened, and they're led on by Louis Black, who plays Mr. E, and he just like leaves them cryptic messages.
So
and stuff.
is it for kids?
Did you get that, Mr. E? Mr. E?
I just heard that.
God damn it!
Was that Justin? Thank you, Justin.
Oh, frick.
No,
That's so great.
the main villain is like the old like Scooby-Doo mascot for the gang that disappeared, and he's like a parrot, but they treat him like Hannibal Lecter. It's
Did you ever see the Scooby-Doo episode?
here you go. By
Thank
the way.
you. In every single Scooby-Doo episode, they realize at the end that it's not real. That
Yeah,
the villain, that the guy's a mask. Did you ever see the one with zombies where it's totally legit and they're like,
I hate that one. I hate that one so much.
and it was like, as a kid, it was like, this is not okay. This is real. It's not fake. What are they doing?
There's one where they like go see witches and stuff, and I believe that Scooby-Doo should be like not supernatural at all because I feel like there's a really good message about these kids like uncovering the truth and all of this stuff. And there's a witch one where like half of it is like the first half is them like discovering
You
the
mean
thing.
Zombie Island, Witch Island?
No, it's the one after.
Is that where they're like
Zombie
locker
Island.
witches?
Yes, the Hex
Yes.
Girls.
The X
Yes.
Girls.
They
They
show
were
up
a
in
fucking
Mystery
riot
Incorporated.
girl band.
Yeah.
And I always turned it off halfway through before like the actual monsters show up because I'm like, this isn't real. I was 8.
Do you guys remember the Scooby-Doo live-action movie?
Oh,
Always.
yes. The girl who played Lindsay on Freaks and Geeks,
Yes.
she played Velma.
Oh, what's her? Linda
Oh my gosh,
Cardellini.
she did.
And she played the crazy girl in Good Burger, who was in the mental asylum and fell in love with Kel.
Oh, I
Yeah.
need to rewatch
I know that
it.
because I had a huge crush on her,
Good
like in
Burger at
8th
all.
grade. Googled her.
I watched Good Burger 3 times. I can't tell you what it's about.
What do you mean by Google?
I mean, like, looked up for who played Velma.
Google
Go-
as in the search
Go on
engine.
images, just
Okay.
like kind of, you get some good stuff.
Yeah, that live-action movie, I really liked it, but then I've heard people say like, oh, it's terrible. And I don't remember it being terrible, but I do remember the crazy plot twist of Scrappy-Doo being behind all of it.
I had the Game Boy Advance video game for that. I never beat it. It was really hard,
I
actually.
lost all my Game Boy Advance games in 2007.
Can I tell you the most 90 sentence that's
Yes.
been true? When I was 3 years old, I went to Blockbuster.
What
I rent-
Buster?
Blockbuster.
It's
Blockbuster.
What
I went to
Buster?
I went to Blockbuster.
Blockbuster?
I'm sorry, this is my New Jersey accent. Blockbuster. And
Blockbuster.
at the Game Boy Color section
Isn't that
of the
an
video game
alt-that
rentals,
sketch?
I rented a copy of I rented the video game adaptation of Adam Sandler's movie The Little Nicky. And I played it to completion.
Okay, wait. This is when you were 3?
Yeah.
You just went to Blockbuster and rented a game?
No, I have my parents with me.
It's Little Nicky.
Oh,
I've
okay.
never seen that one.
It's the one where Adam Sandler is the son of Satan. It's an autobiography.
Wait, you had a
sweet.
Game Boy when you were 3 years old?
I don't remember.
I
could've
never
been
had a
5.
Game Boy. My parents
I still
didn't
play
buy
my
me
Game
them.
Boy.
I had
was
got a
surprised.
Game Boy Advance when I was like 10 after like a lengthy discussion of
Yeah.
how long I would use it for each day and like how I would be responsible about it.
My parents knew I was going to fail from the start, so.
I still have my old PlayStation 2. I only have one game that I own for it, which is the tie-in game for Piglet's Big Movie. And I never beat it. It's impossible. The Tigger sections,
think it's impossible.
you have to sneak around the Heffalumps and Woozles, and it's really hard. It's a good game. It's really like
What was it for?
the time. Remember, it was a Winnie the Pooh movie solely devoted to Piglet.
What console?
PlayStation 2, but I'm sure it was for other consoles
What
as well.
consoles did like Royce and Paige? And Justin? What consoles did you guys have growing up? I feel like I had a very underprivileged console childhood.
PS1, PS2, Xbox, 360, all the Game Boys, and the DSs.
Holy shit!
What?
Whoa.
Damn. You had it good. Fuck you.
I
And
had
PSP.
a Game Boy Advance.
I had a Sega Dreamcast.
I was
And that
about
was
to
it.
say-
Yeah, that was. I had 3 Sega Dreamcasts. Every time they broke, we got a new one.
Was this like over a 3-month period?
No,
The 3-month period where the Dreamcast made games?
I guess I don't know. We have I still would play it from time to time. We have games like Crazy Taxi. We have Sonic Shuffle, which is like the Mario Party version of Sonic.
How much time do we have?
I don't know. And like there's like a bass fishing. There's Hydro Thunder, which I was really good at. The Let's Get Ready to Rumble, the boxing game. But I like.
Was it called Let's Get Ready to Rumble?
Is it? I think that's what it's called. I don't really know.
Let's get ready to
Okay,
rumble. The game's awesome.
and we also had
You know what game I had? It wasn't even on a platform. It was just a snowboard that you plug into the TV.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You had that too?
My friend had one. I played it at his
Oh,
house.
man.
That's
It was
crazy.
absolutely terrible. Like, not
It was really
functioning.
hard to play.
The craziest game I've ever played is Shaun White skateboarding, where you play
I played that.
you don't play as Shaun White. You play as a government agent who is tasked to take down Shaun White, which you do in the opening credits. But then Shaun White, his essence takes over you, and you have to fight for the cause of Shaun White and destroy this dystopian government by getting real with it. No, I played it. I cried for a half hour the entire time I was playing it.
Is that real?
I didn't make that up. I couldn't make that up.
Oh my god.
I don't know. You wrote brony rights activism on this chat, so I don't know what to trust.
Activist.
It says activism.
You know,
I
That's an
can't
M.
read.
I cried in like first grade
Yeah,
when
you're
I finished
illiterate.
when I finished reading Stuart Little in like second grade, and I got to the end and he does not find Margalo. It's just like he thought he was gonna find Margalo.
Oh.
They leave you with like the suspicion that he's probably gonna find Margalo, and I cried because I thought he was gonna find her. He didn't
I
find
don't, I
her.
don't blame you.
Man, that
Did you,
movie.
Still
did you ever
upset.
read The Giver in like
Yes.
stuff? Did you ever have like
Dope
debates
books.
over whether the ending, whether or not he died? Because I like fought for him to die at the end.
You know
'cause I
they're
hated that
making
book.
a
They're
movie,
making a
right?
movie of
Yeah,
that.
Taylor
does he
Swift.
die in the end? Taylor
When
Swift
Taylor
dies at
Swift
the
plays
end.
the Giver.
No, Taylor Swift plays the memories.
Yeah.
Have not read The
They're
Giver.
all. She just writes a song for every memory he experienced.
It's like
You should read it. It's a great
the
book.
pain ones
yeah,
are just
no.
her
It'll
regular
mess with your
albums.
mind.
All the memories he has are just her breakups.
I did not like The Giver. I should reread it.
Should we-
I didn't.
No,
I
I hate
read
The
it
Giver
when I
too.
was young,
Or a
and I
horrible
didn't
person.
like the dystopian sort of idea. But I think it's because I was angry. I was like a kid, like that's messed up, and you can't
Yeah.
do that. And
That's
like,
illegal.
But, like,
it
you
made
can-
me angry
There
as
are
like
so many ideas
the
from that book
dystopian.
that you can totally see happening.
No, I know, and I have to go check it out
Not
again. But
really.
like I.
Really?
Wait,
You don't
what?
think that eventually one day people have the choice to legally kill themselves? You don't think that that'll ever
I don't
happen?
remember that part of the book. I
We're
remember the
getting
part where he
real,
kidnapped a
real
baby
right
and went
now,
on a sled.
guys.
We don't have a lot of time.
We don't have a lot of time.
Should we like change? Should we like have a closing question? Closing thing?
So if you were able to legally
Let's not talk about
No.
that. I don't know. What else should we? If you guys, let's go around and let's plug whatever we have coming up. It doesn't need to be anything. Like I'll start and I'll say that I'm reading the 5th book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, and I'm currently watching The Sopranos. So if anybody wants to tweet at me, I'm not going to give you my Twitter name, but if you want to tweet at me and ask me what's going on or how I feel about it, feel free. Tweet at the Teenz Talkin TCGS Twitter, which is exactly what I just said, at Teenz Talkin TCGS, and ask me, Naomi, how The Sopranos is going, because I'm super into it right now.
You can follow me at ____sup____.
Just put the graphic right there.
You can follow me
Right.
at
They're right here.
This is
Will
the graphic.
I'm running his Twitter for him.
Oh, that's
Okay,
great.
my Twitter handle is right here.
Nothing's good. We're not going to edit that in.
Okay, and then I don't know, I'm currently writing a couple sketch shows about food and a pilot about telepathy. Dumb stuff, but it'll come out eventually.
It'll be there. Watch out, Lauren.
Oh, that
Go ahead,
camera?
Royce.
I'm gonna be on this show. New season of the show's coming out. It's on CBS. Ashton Kutcher plays like my brother. There's like a kid involved.
Is it
It's
2.5
called
Man?
And
Oh my 3.5
God.
if he's on
Is that How I Met Your Dad?
Undateable?
Undateable.
You're gonna be on that?
No, I
You're
only
a
saw
wizard.
2.5 Men on CBS.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know, I'm sorry.
Paige?
Chris, well, actually, I was going to go to Chris first. Chris, what do you have? Are you enjoying cereal right now, Chris?
I want to shout out beans and ground beef.
Oh, okay.
First one.
Good
Beef.
job. I really, that's great. Getting the word out. Go ahead, Paige.
Okay, I'm not doing much right now. Like, I'm not gonna be on like 2.5 Men or anything. I guess I'll give a shout out to this like homosexuality themed Christmas hat.
Woo!
Make
It says,
the
"Make the Yuletide gay."
Yuletide gay.
Do you think that's intentional, or do you think it's the like gay?
I know
and
it's
happy?
intentional.
It's
It is intentional.
Okay. Well, that's
get it
okay.
now.
We accept that hat for who
It's-
it is.
it's the
We
40s.
really do.
Yeah.
And Justin, what about you? The mysterious avatar.
Yeah,
You're gonna get
Twitter.
a face.
Find my Twitter account.
His
I'm
Twitter
not
account's
going
right
to give
there.
it to you, but find it.
Just find it. Yeah.
Listen
I'm
to my
watching a
band.
TV show. I'm not going to tell you what TV show it is, but guess.
Okay.
That's about it.
I already said that.
What
We're
band
in
are
our
you?
mystery.
I think I already plugged my band twice during the show,
Plug
which
it
is
again.
fucking weird. We're called The Empty Gestures. You can find us at The Empty Gestures Are For The Kids. .bandcamp.com. I should not have made that URL what it was, but it's too late. You can't change it. Yeah.
Undoable. So that is check out the actual podcast that this is based off of, which is Teenz Talkin TCGS. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on what else are we on? Oh, Podomatic, which Royce plays for. Royce pays $10 a month for, but he wants us to pay him in sandwiches instead of in real people money. So we're gonna hopefully make some dollars off of this.
Oh yeah, and shouts out to Colin.
Oh yeah, and shout out to Colin who can't be here, but asked Jacob to wear that shirt.
Adam Sandler is a lizard person. Adam Sandler.
Follow Lizard People of New York.
Oh my
which,
God, yes.
our friend Jeremy made based off of the Humans of New York page, but it's Lizard People, but it's great. I think it's the funniest thing on the internet.
Does he go out and just impersonate Humans of New York, and then when they find the post online, he like edits them to look like lizards?
No, he just takes
The
the
pictures.
pictures from Humans of New York and then captions them differently. Talk about them being lizard people. Also follow, because Andres isn't here, what is it? Movies without the letter S? What is that Twitter?
Movies?
Oh yeah. Search
It's like,
for the name Sleepless in Seattle, but take out all the S's, and that's that.
the whole
That's not the
bit.
handle.
Fall Out Boy? You play in Seattle?
Yeah, the whole bit is that it's movies without the letter
Jaw.
S in the title.
I think it might be
yeah,
at
it's,
movies
it's
without
A
S.
plus. So
Oh, I have a Tumblr called nastydubstepdrops.tumblr.com. That's true.
Oh wait, buddycopmovie.tumblr.com.
Oh, dude, buddycopmovie.tumblr.com. It's Chris's new project.
all right. So
Want to play a game of Roll That Die?
yeah,
Let's
one more game of Roll That Die, and then we'll
Four.
How many sides?
Roll that
that
die.
die. Roll that die. Roll that die. 6.
4.
8.
12.
4.
9.
8.
Decided die. 8.
12.
25% chance of it being right.
9.
69.
6.
It's a 3.
3.
It's a
I said
3.
three.
No,
I'm just gonna start playing the outro music.
yeah, play it. Who cares? Play us out. Danny's bad.
It's only one song.
We also realized that this theme song is the same as Jesse's Girl.
Jesse. Girl.
No, we're not gonna
Okay, we can't do that.
Teenz Talkin.
Teenz Talkin. We have to do this until there's no more time left. Teenz Talkin.
So sorry this happened, guys.
I can't believe you fucking did that.
Bye, everyone.
We still have time left.
Sorry you had to watch this.
I'm not. Revel in me.
Gene, are we done?
That's right, it's a show about another show. Teenz Talkin, Teenz Talkin, Teenz Talkin, Teenz Talkin, Teenz Talkin, Teenz Talkin, Teenz Talkin TCGS.
Teenz Talkin.
Teenz Talkin, we have to do this until there's no more time left. Teenz Talkin.
So sorry this happened, guys.
I can't believe you fucking did that.
Bye,